to be like a there we go. Now
That's the time.
I cannot schmooze until I see that clock go up in flames. And once that clock goes up in flames, then I know it's schmoozing
Hit
time.
us with the coffee tea, Uncle Brad.
That is right. Meanwhile, a federal judge today ruled, all right, that Donald Trump is not king. That is what the ruling was in federal judge Ketanji Brown Jackson's decision in federal court to compel William McGahn, a former attorney of Donald Trump, to testify both on the Mueller investigation and for the impeachment investigations. Now, McGahn refused to testify, saying the White House instructed him that he is not to testify because of executive privilege. Now, Justice Brown Jackson wrote, however busy or essential a presidential aide might be, and whatever their proximity to sensitive domestic and national security projects, the president does not have the power to excuse him or her from taking an action that the law requires. Simply stated, presidents are not kings. As a matter of fact, we left England because we didn't want a king.
Oh.
We only allow the president to serve 2 terms because we don't want a king.
Yep.
Right.
Everybody gets that except the orange man who thinks he is a king. Now, what's really important about this, decision, it's going to be appealed. So you're not going to get any testimony from McGahn originally. Now, if you remember, McGahn was a big deal in the Mueller report. He was the one who refused to issue a direct order by Donald Trump to fire Mueller and obstruct justice. Now, Trump said he can't testify about any of this. And there was an issue about whether Trump was obstructing justice, and the Republicans say, well, you can't obstruct justice if there was no underlying crime.
Isn't that
and that
always
was
an
kind of
ongoing question?
that was kind of the thing with the Mueller report. And now the thing with the Ukrainian is, well, since he gave the money, there's no crime. It's only, since you attempted to rob the bank but not rob the bank, there's no crime.
Still a crime.
Since I tried to shoot Yo-Yo but missed because I have a shaky hand.
Attempted murder.
It's attempted murder.
Right.
But Donald Trump, there is no attempted bribery.
Interesting.
What's most important about all of this, though, is it's got to give pause to Rudy Giuliani. It's got to give pause to John Bolton. And it's got to give pause to Mick Mulvaney, who is President Trump's chief of staff. Now, Mick Mulvaney gave an interview on camera that says, yeah, we did a quid pro quo, who cares? This guy admitted it.
Right.
And he is the right-hand man to Donald Trump. But now Trump's not allowing him to testify under oath about it. So, of course, he took that statement back. But it will be part of, as evidence of, a quid pro quo. It just wasn't said under penalties of perjury. They want him to come testify. He won't because Trump is blocking him. But at the same time, Trump says it's a really unfair hearing because we're not allowed to defend ourselves.
How's that even okay?
Exactly. But so now it's got to give pause to Mulvaney. It's got to give pause to Giuliani, who is Trump's personal attorney, who set this whole thing in motion.
Right.
And John Bolton, who was ultimately fired by Donald Trump for basically being against this whole Ukrainian second foreign policy team. He had a fight with Trump, but Bolton doesn't want to testify until a judge tells him it's okay. Now, the Democrats are saying we're not going to be held up by this. We have enough evidence to impeach Donald Trump right now. Now, Rudy Giuliani went on camera yesterday, and he, on CNN, I think it was CNN, no, on Fox, excuse me.
Okay.
He went on Fox, and he kind of gave a little hint to Donald Trump, don't F me over.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he said in a most recent interview on Fox yesterday, or 2 days ago, he says, you could assume that I talk with the president early and often and have a very, very good relationship with him. And all these comments, which are totally insulting, I mean, I've said things written like he's going to throw me under the bus. When they say that, I say he isn't, but I have insurance. A threat, a public threat to Donald Trump that if Rudy Giuliani gets thrown under the bus, and by the way, I have a bet with my brother-in-law that Rudy Giuliani would be in jail in 2 years. And I said this before even this whole Ukrainian thing came out. So now I'm almost ready.
How's he looking?
I'm almost ready to double down and say 1 year. Okay, but Rudy Giuliani went on TV and said, "Don't throw me under the bus. I got insurance." Now everyone went crazy, and of course he went to Twitter a few hours later and said, "No, I was only joking around." But we know
that ain't no
we
joke.
know
No.
he was not joking around.
No.
He said in Twitter, "The statement I made several times of having an insurance policy if thrown under the bus, it's sarcastic and relates to the files in my safe about the Biden family's 4 decades of monetizing of his
Surely
office."
does.
So, in a similar comment, by the way, earlier in the month, Giuliani told The Guardian that he has very, very good insurance and all my hospital bills will be paid. He is giving a lot of public notice to Donald Trump that you throw me under the bus, I got the goods on you.
Right.
And we have the video. Let's watch.
And all of these comments, which are totally insulting.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen things written like, he's going to throw me under the bus.
Right.
When they say that, I say, he isn't, but I have insurance.
Okay. That was that
right
sarcastic?
That was not sarcastic.
That wasn't
to me.
sarcastic,
that was
right?
a statement.
Yeah.
To get a little crazier, you know who Devin Nunez is?
Devin Nunes.
Devin Nunez. I'm
that?
giving you a political quiz.
Here we go.
Vanessa. No. Okay. So Devin Nunez is the lead Republican who was questioning all of the witnesses in the impeachment trial. Okay. He's a Republican from California. He's a jerk. All right. Every time he talks, I think he's a jerk. And he was defending Donald Trump. Not by questioning the validity of the witnesses' statements, their factual allegations against Donald Trump. What he was basically screaming and yelling as part of his 5 minutes of questioning, he wasn't really questioning anybody. He was really just yelling out statements that this is fake news, the media's out to get Donald Trump, this is a circus, nobody heard Donald Trump say anything, and by the way, sir, thank you very much for coming. And never really asked any questions.
Right.
Wow.
Okay, and was just basically muddying the water and following through on conspiracy theories that may or may not have any relevance to the impeachment trial, but certainly has no factual basis, at least as reported by all of mainstream media. That Biden, there is no evidence. The government has no evidence. All of the CIA, the National Security apparatus of the United States, the State Department, Department of Justice, the Department of Homeland Security, all of the CIA, okay, they're all against Donald Trump. All these deep state people, all the Democrats, they're all against Donald Trump. All these career diplomats, all against Donald Trump,
Right.
Yep.
because they're all conspiring against him. And this is what basically Devin Nunes is saying without ever asking a question. Well, it's now come out that Devin Nunes spent nearly $57,000 on a trip to Europe in the spring with his staff to dig up dirt on Joe Biden.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
The figure seems to confirm allegations made by Lev Parnas. Lev Parnas, if you remember, is the Ukrainian-American associate of Rudolph Giuliani who got arrested. And this guy is now singing like a bird.
Of course.
Okay, like I don't know if there is a national bird of the Ukraine,
But it's this
if
guy
there
right
was
here.
a national bird of Ukraine, it would be this
be
guy's
him.
face
Right.
on that bird. So, because this guy says, I'm not going to be the fall
Oh,
guy.
no.
I'm not getting thrown under the
There you
bus.
go.
Right.
So, because somebody gets thrown under the bus. I mean, Michael Cohen.
Or someone has to
Right.
anyway.
Everyone's
It's been
got, Michael
happening.
Cohen got
Yep.
thrown under the bus for Stormy Daniels.
Right.
Everybody gets thrown out of the bus except Donald Trump.
Right.
So he said Devin Nunes
Ain't gonna be
contacted
me.
him to dig up dirt on Joe Biden
Wow.
on a debunked theory that somehow the Ukrainians tried to fix the election for Hillary Clinton. And they were behind all the meddling when everybody in the world, in the United States, in the security apparatus of the United States, says it's Russia. So, this is the guy who is the lead prosecutor. It's like the lead prosecutor is in bed with the defendant.
Right.
Okay, that's basically that's basically what it is.
That's an excellent analogy.
Can you imagine, Jonathan? Okay, you get framed for robbing a bank. You come up to trial. You say it was Donald Trump who robbed the bank, not me.
Right.
But the prosecutor, not to your knowledge, was robbing the bank with Donald Trump.
Sheesh.
This is basically
It's
what is
true.
it's basically what is happening here. So I don't know what's going to happen, but when the prosecutors who are investigating the defendant Donald Trump is part of this constitutional infringement on Americans' rights.
Right.
This is the rights of Americans to have politicians look out for America's best interests, not their best interests.
Right.
And when they're all in bed together,
Sounds
terrible
messy.
thing. It sounds very messy. Now, wait a second. I have a number 7 I have to read, which I neglected.
Don't
Excuse
skip
me.
7.
Now, each claimed, there were 4 people who went on this trip. They each claimed $14,000 for their visit, which included daily allowances, but it came out to a total of $56,805 for Devin Nunez and 3 associates to go to Ukraine to go dig up dirt on Joe Biden. Now, I have never been to the Ukraine, but I have been to many Eastern European countries.
It don't cost no $57,000.
I have also been to Russia. It ain't cost no $56,000.
That's a lot of money.
I'm going to tell you something. You couldn't, if you wanted to, go to the nicest hotel in the Ukraine, go to the nicest breakfast, lunch, and dinners.
Right.
Okay? You get chauffeured around. You couldn't spend $56,000 in a week if you wanted to.
Right.
So is that what they said? It's in a week. I was just going to ask. In a week or in a month, I thought.
I don't even know if it was in a month. There were a couple of days, but I don't know how long they were.
It doesn't matter. You're still not spending $57,000.
You couldn't spend it. So who? It was a 4-day trip.
Oh, what?
4-day
Not
trip.
even a
Who
week.
did this money get paid to? Where
Right.
did they spend this money?
Right.
And they're digging up dirt on Joe Biden that everyone says he didn't do anything wrong.
happen.
What he did wrong was his son may have gotten a job that he probably didn't deserve
That's
because
not
he's the son of a vice president, but that's not illegal.
It's not.
Right.
It's not illegal to go hire the son of a vice president. Okay? But now, so everybody goes there to dig up dirt on Joe Biden, and he spends $56,000 of taxpayers' money on what? On what?
On this mission.
Don't
you know?
I want to see the receipts.
He was on.
Yes.
He was
So
on a
now
mission.
Democrats are calling for an investigation. Parnas says, Lev Parnas, who is the national bird of the Ukraine, says he is willing to testify before Congress about this meeting. Devin Nunez says it's all the corrupt media. This is all made up. I'm not talking. And Parnas says he has text messages from Nunez about this trip because Parnas was the one.
Where are the receipts?
Parnas was the one who set it all up.
That's why he don't want to.
Yeah.
They got a document.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, Donald Trump, he pardoned 2 birds today. It's been happening for Thanksgiving since 1989. George Bush the first was the first president to pardon 2 turkeys. This year, the birds were pardoned. There's actually George Jr.
Yep.
But his father was the first one to pardon the turkeys. This year, the turkeys that got pardoned names were bread and butter. We have a video of Donald Trump pardoning the turkeys. If anybody has ever seen a pumpkin pardoning a turkey before, you would want to watch this. Watch this. Nobody's ever seen a pumpkin pardon a turkey before.
We're about to.
Have you ever seen that happen?
I'm about to.
We don't have the video, so nobody will ever see a pumpkin pardon a turkey.
Yeah.
You know, it ain't funny being a jive turkey this close to Thanksgiving. All right, now I will read to you what the pumpkin said. He says, thankfully, bread and butter have been specially raised to remain calm under any condition, which will be very important because they've already received subpoenas to appear in Adam Schiff's basement on Thursday. True, hundreds of people have. It seems that Democrats are accusing me of being too soft on turkey, but bread and butter, I should note that unlike previous witnesses, you and I have actually met. And that's Donald Trump's, that's his defense, that all these people, he doesn't know who they are. He never knows who anybody is.
Ever.
Ever. They're his best friends. They're always in pictures with him. And then as soon as they turn against him, I've never seen that guy before in my life.
Skip his mind.
Yep.
Right? Always skips his mind.
How convenient.
Now, meanwhile, he did a nice thing today.
Oh,
okay?
let's hear about that.
You have to applaud a pumpkin when a pumpkin does a nice deed. Okay? But one nice deed doesn't outweigh all the millions of nasty, disgusting,
not so nice deeds.
Not so nice deeds he's done. But today he signed into law which I think is really nice, the Preventing Animal Cruelty and Torture Act, which is called the PACT Act. And what it does is it is now a crime, a federal crime. It's never been a federal crime before. It is now a federal crime. I want to read the exact. It's now a crime to purposely crush, burn, drown, suffocate, impale, or otherwise subject serious bodily injury to any animal, including insects. And
Oh, wow.
And what this is all about is apparently somewhere on the dark corners and edges of the internet. I've never seen this because it would make me very sad. There are videos of people torturing and crushing animals.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and so now they want to put an end to this.
Oh, wow.
So if anybody were to do anything that is mean to an animal, they can now be facing a federal felony. So I have to applaud a pumpkin when a pumpkin does something nice.
Yeah.
Doesn't pardon him for his other million things.
I wish they would do the same.
He's nicer to animals than immigrants and people.
I was just going to say that.
He's nicer to animals than immigrants.
At least we know he has a heart.
No, he doesn't have a heart. I think it was just put on his
staged,
desk.
right? Yeah.
Staged and put on his desk.
For sure. That'll distract us for a little bit from Ukraine.
And I'm going to tell you why in a second. Why this was staged. I'm going to tell you why in a second. But let me first tell you about the exemption. There's an exemption for agriculture and veterinary practices, slaughtering animals for food, trapping and fishing, pest control, medical and scientific research, and anything necessary to protect the life or property of a person. Now, if you are found guilty of cruelty to animals now, under federal law, you can face up to 7 years in prison. Now, Jill says in my ear that I did not know this, but animal abuse is a sign of somebody who would commit domestic violence.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did. Okay.
I can see how that could be a psyche thing.
Yeah.
For sure.
Now, I will tell you why Donald Trump could care less about animals. Today, Donald Trump, it's too much Donald Trump. Yesterday, it's too much Donald Trump, but it's in my cards. He honored Conan the Hero Dog at the White House. In a huge White House ceremony, he gave the Presidential Medal of Honor to Conan the Hero Dog. He's the guy who chased down the leader of ISIS in Syria, and the leader of ISIS in Syria blew himself up before Conan the Hero Dog could capture him. And ISIS said it's the ISIS leader, what's his name? Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi.
That's exactly it.
That is exactly his name.
Great.
He decided to blow himself up and kill himself rather than be captured by Conan the Hero Dog. Now, why we know Donald Trump could care less about dogs, that during the entire ceremony, he never looked once at Conan the Hero Dog. Mike Pence was petting him the whole time, though. Mike Pence is an animal lover. Trump's not. And that's what we learned. But he staged this also. All part of, you know what, I'm a nice, warm, fuzzy guy.
Right.
Somebody who loves animals, that's somebody you want to vote for.
You can't hate that guy.
You can't hate a pumpkin who loves animals. So, finally, we'll skip that. We'll skip that. We're going to skip this one, too. Yes, because it is Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And the TSA has given out some Thanksgiving information when you fly on the plane.
I'm gonna need this for tomorrow.
Yes, this is a handy tip, Yo-Yo.
All right.
When you fly to California, they will allow people to bring fully cooked holiday turkeys on the plane with them. They will not be asked to take their turkey out of their suitcase and leave it in the garbage bin with the water bottle. The water bottle still has to be left, but your fully cooked turkey will go through the X-ray machine.
I won't have a fully cooked
Your
turkey.
fully cooked turkey can go through the X-ray machine, and you can bring your fully cooked turkey on the plane, but only on Wednesday and Thursday. After that, if you want to bring the leftovers, if you didn't finish your turkey, and you want to bring it back,
but you can bring food though.
No, but if you want to bring back your turkey, you can't.
No,
you can't bring food through TSA.
You can bring food through TSA.
Like crackers though.
But you cannot bring a fully cooked turkey in a big tray on a plane. They're going to say, "Excuse me, Dr. Yo-Yo, but your water bottle and your fully cooked turkey, the water bottle, the fully cooked turkey, they all have to be left behind."
Yeah, I won't be bringing a fully cooked turkey.
The TSA said on its website, "Who are we kidding? We know you always travel with extra room in your carry-on just in case you need to transport the Thanksgiving piece de resistance. So fear not, the cooked avian creature can tag along in your carry-on at the airport." But this is only for Thanksgiving. So Jonathan, please make sure you finish the turkey because you will not be allowed back on Sunday in the plane.
Don't worry about it.
To return it.
I could have sworn it was roasting in the oven already.
And finally,
it's all good.
finally, do you know what Movember is?
Movember.
I know about No Shave November.
I was going to take it there too.
That is No Shave November,
okay.
Correct. So Movember is No Shave November, and people are doing it because they're just being lazy not to shave, but they're also doing it for charity and to bring awareness to men's health issues. So men are not shaving for the month to bring men's health issues to the forefront, and November, it marks the time also for the 2019 National Beard and Mustache Championship.
Wow.
And this year the competition is supporting 3 charities. It's all part of the November mustache and beard growing competition. They are supporting Oscar Mike, a foundation supporting injured veterans, Paws of Tinley Park, a no-kill animal shelter, and Together We Cope, a homelessness prevention agency. And we have a whole bunch of pictures. And what we're going to do, Vanessa, I'm going to ask you which hairy man you would vote for as the mustache of the year. You like octopus guy on the left, or do you like I'm going to stab you with my mustache guy on the right?
I think I'm going to go with the left. There's a lot more commitment there. A lot of patience.
There is a lot more commitment about octopus guy.
Yep.
I don't know what he calls himself, but that's what I'm calling himself. Okay, so here we have octopus. We have tentacle guy on the right. We have, I guess he's a clown guy in the middle. Peacock
he's a peacock guy,
Peacock guy, and on the left, I don't know.
He's like a hardware dude.
What is he? He's like
you see how there's a wrench.
He's wrench man.
And the ends of his mustache are like a wrench.
Which one would you feel most comfortable having a dinner with?
Oof.
Okay, because now think about it. You know, food. There's food involved here. You got to eat, not get nauseous looking at the person,
right?
And also think about the food that could get caught in their mustaches and beards.
Interesting. In which case, I'm going to, even though I think he looks really cool, I'm eliminating the peacock guy. I don't need feathers in my appetizers or my soup. And again, it seems like the guy on the right is working a little harder.
Which one? The guy on the right?
Yeah, with the fence on his neck.
All right. So, do we have any other pictures of mustaches? What is this guy?
What the hell?
What the heck is that guy?
What?
He has fake ears and...
These are some abstract
very abstract people. I mean, you got to work very hard on that, right?
Yeah.
Look how, that guy's scary. He looks like Charles Manson.
Yeah, that's
right. He's like Charles Manson, dude.
Right? That is cool, though.
Yeah. So, any event, that is November. It is beards and mustaches. Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias, Vanessa Contreras. It is 6:30 on the dot.
Yeah.
Which means we have to do one thing, which is answer immigration questions. But before we do that, please let everybody know what they need to do. Thanks for for watching. For more Brad Show Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.